Okay, so as an artist, Van Gogh is famous for his colour as an impressionist, but underlying all of that is his use of mark making, and that comes through very clearly in his drawing. So that's what we're going to have a look at today. We've done some work recently looking at the sunflowers and the postman, and today we're going to look at some of his landscapes and cityscapes. So first task out of 3 is going to be having a go at drawing Van Gogh's rooftops. And for that, first of all, just grab your pencil, think about filling the sheet because the image goes right off the edges. Okay, so you need to work big on your page, on your A4 sketchbook. So first of all, there are 3 main rooftops and they come across to about halfway across the page. So if you put a dot round about in the halfway point there, okay, and then have a diagonal coming down towards you, and then one going up about 5 centimeters and then going up to the corner. So a shape like that. That's the shape of the roofs coming across to the left. And then on the right hand side we have lots of bushes. We'll put the mark making in there later, so you can just put kind of a rough shape of where the bushes are going to be on the right. So you should end up with that. Okay, now on the right hand side I'm going to switch to the pen now. Because I know roughly where things are going to be. It's up to you whether you carry on with the pen or the pencil. But there's one roof kind of sneaking up over here with a chimney, and then the mark making that he's famous for, you can put that in, so lines, dashes coming down like that, and then another one poking up over the top. So do that first. Okay, little roofs poking up on one side. Next point then, as well as having a little tiny bit of a roof showing at the end, we're going to do the roofs now on the left. So mainly there's 3 big ones. There's one coming across here, and again you see a little bit of the chimney, and then another one next to it going right up to the corner, and again the chimney. It coming down towards you like that, and then a third one going right off the page, and you can see as they're coming towards you, perspective is making them look bigger. Okay, do the corners of the houses. So that's the next step. When you've done that, we're going to fill in a bit more mark making. So going down the side, I'm using the edge of the pen, and I'm just doing these dashes to show shadow coming down. And now we can do the roof tiles. So going up on this one on the left, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 10. So I'm going to do 10 lines coming down, and they're slightly slanting more and more as I'm coming down, look. So rotating round. So that's the roof tiles. And then there's little dashes going up on each one like this. So do those, going straight up. And then there's lines going in, so you can do those. And you might want to make these slightly thicker, they're more ingrained, they're going in a bit more, so they're darker. So do your lines going in for the roofs. Okay, when you've done that, you can carry on working on the other 2 roofs, exactly the same. But on the other 2, the lines are getting closer together because the eye, a trick it does on the eye with perspective is it looks like they're getting smaller. Just with the other roof, you do your lines, your horizontal and your vertical. And remember to make some of them a bit thicker and some of them a bit thinner. Because Van Gogh really liked his texture and mark making. Okay. So you can spend more time putting more detail in, but you'll notice this is an old-fashioned roof and you can see little bits of the wood coming out the edges like that. So it's not been cut really neatly. It's an old roof. You can add those on. And then the pavement. We've got lines coming down like this, and now we've got lines going across. So there's a row of lines like this. Again, getting a bit bigger and longer as it comes towards you to give a sense of perspective. And then these lines go all sorts of different directions because it's grass growing. So you can put those lines in like that. Okay. Now, this is where you should have got to so far. Then you've got the rooftops on the left, and you've got the rooftops in the back, you've got the pavement put in. Now there's a fun part. And would Van Gogh mind if you put all the marks in slightly different directions to him? No. He would actually prefer it if you weren't controlled. You would actually be a bit freer and really go for it with your mark making, I believe. So lots of squiggly lines. You know, there's a big bush over here, isn't it? And it's all coming out from the centre. So squiggly lines coming different directions. Like that. So it's a big weedy bush. And then you've got some going up like this, quite tall. And again, some kind of squiggly lines going up there for some old autumnal, maybe it's a tree or something, or a big spiky bush going up there. And there's some kind of dotty bits on that, aren't there? And then there's some smaller ones down here, maybe some kind of long reeds or grasses. A few more coming up here. So you've got the sense of the back of these roofs, you've got this overgrown grassy area which nobody has cut down. And Van Gogh is just kind of really celebrating all those lovely textures. So thick and thin lines, spiky lines, wiggly lines, zigzag lines, all sorts of things. So you have a really nicely overgrown area. Okay, so that's the Van Gogh rooftop picture.